What's the biggest theme for 2014 that you are watching? I mean, it's got to be the stock market and this continued froth in equity prices helping to drive more billionaires.
A lot of billionaires are talking about, can central banks continue to push equity markets further? Can they continue to see their paper wealth gains? As you said, the 300 richest people in the world up about $500 billion last year, and I think most of them believe that the economy will grow somewhere between 2% and 3%, but that central banks will continue to push their fortunes further.
Do they as a group make money on one big bet, Bill Gates and Microsoft, or do they have a properly diversified portfolio?
Bill Gates has a properly diversified portfolio.
Bill Gates is actually the anomaly.
Does.
Yes, if you look at his fortune, it's about 80% in Cascade investment holdings.
But most of these people are one big idea, right?
Yeah, if you look at Sheldon Adelson, or if you look at most billionaires, it's all one big bet on a big closely held asset or
So we talked about some of the winners. How about some of the losers, like Ike Batista? Clearly, big loser there. Who else lost a lot of money this year?
Well, if you look at some of the commodities, if you didn't want to be in there, Iris Fontbona, who's a huge stakeholder in copper in Chile, she lost a lot of money. But most of the people, if you look at, it's almost 90% of the billionaires on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index that actually gained this year.
What about fashion? Because we've seen how the rich get richer and how they bid up the prices of clothing and jackets. I know Tom's obsessed with the Moncler jacket.
Right.
That's created a lot of billionaires in 2013. Will that continue in 2014?
It's really hard to say because there's most people who are in the fashion industry, and we're talking about people who own huge stakes within the luxury and the fashion retail
like Dolce
sector.
Gabbana or something.
Dolce & Gabbana. You look at Tory Burch, all of these people. You'll see all of them get rich, and it's really hard to say that there are many of them left to become billionaires in 2014.
James Andrew Miller with us with his expertise on ESPN, Saturday Night Live, and creative. Where's the creative market in billionaires?
Well, if you look at entertainment, you look at the Hearsts, you look at ESPN, those types of people.
Can I ask a dumb question? Is Beyonce a billionaire?
No, she's not. She's not even close. Most entertainers, they make a lot of money off of touring, off of royalties, but to actually become a billionaire, you have to own a stake in something that's a huge company, and Beyonce's not there yet.
So in James' world, who is the billionaire?
Or the closest to being a billionaire?
The closest entertainer becoming a billionaire. Look at people like Larry David or Jerry Seinfeld, people who own huge swaths in assets that actually
are they still in your world? Are they still doing new stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and think about Larry David said he was going to go on welfare because when he was on Saturday Night Live, he couldn't get a sketch on the air, and he was literally thinking about going on welfare. And then I think one of his syndication checks for Seinfeld was $460 million.